What kind of businesses would you tell young Nigerians or young Africans to go? Again, another thing is, I think why most businesses fail in Africa because nobody told them. When they're starting business, they are looking at short time. Don't judge with the short results you have because sometimes there will be loss. All right, welcome to Vicinfluential podcast. Today we are going to talk about a very striking issue that concerns us Africans. But what we are going to talk about this is because of it's also to motivate youth. It's not bashing, but they need to just sit back a little bit and think about what we are going to discuss today because it's going to be to the benefit of us Nigerians and also to the benefit of every other Africans because it's important to us that whatever that we have seen that is moving, we will come and tell you guys how it's going. And I have a very special guest today on set, Mr. Mike. You guys knows him. And every time I want to talk about a serious issue, I always bring him on set. So I'm going to let Mr. Mike in. Mr. Mike, I know I spoke at a length, but welcome to Vic Influential.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Victor, the Vic Influential.
Yes. What kind of businesses would you tell young Nigerians or young Africans to go? Again, another thing is, I think why most businesses fail in Africa because nobody told them. When they're starting business, they are looking at short time. You understand? They're looking at maybe 6 months or 7 months when they start something. They will start judging from short time. How will you tell them or speak to them, give them advice, have someone that have had experience? Starting a business, at least how long should you give yourself to get the experience on how to handle that business, judging from how you fail, learning from your fail, connecting with people, depending on what you're dealing with?
Okay, thank you so very much, Vic Influential, for that question. I understand that most people in the UAE, or those that have visited the UAE must have heard what you call UAE experience. All right. So those times we came during our early months in the UAE. When we go for interviews, they'll be like, "Do you have UAE experience?" Yeah. All right. They always want to ask about UAE experience. Now, I want to link it with something. What does this mean? You need training. You need experience. You need to learn. All right. So a lot of people are impatient not in Nigeria, globally now. The attention span of people is very low. All right?
And it's becoming more low.
Yes. So that is why you get people doing Yahoo. That is why you get people doing rituals. Because of the unhealthy competition, they want to go into those.
Yeah.
Now, you ask about businesses people can do that they would do well in. You see, I have heard motivational speakers and all those talking about everybody moving to like maybe public speaking on the internet and all. These things, they are very good. But we cannot entirely eradicate our traditional businesses, all right? For instance, for me, I come from a place where I know about motorcycle spare parts, all right? So if I don't go to China to import them and sell to the end users, how are they going to drive their motorcycle? How are they going to? So all we need as entrepreneurs, as business people, is to see how your business shouldn't go obscure. All right? There shouldn't be any atom of obscurity in your business. If you are doing pharmaceutical business, learn what is the trend, what is in vogue. If you are doing tailoring in fashion and whatsoever, learn new fashions. Be 2 steps ahead to know what's happening. All right? So I would not say everybody should go into AI. Everybody should go into IT. Everybody should go into selling laptops. All these things are good. They are promising businesses. But if you see, we cannot give a general advice, by the way, because a business going well in Nnewi, Anambra State might not be same that is going well in Oladipo, Lagos. Okay, some people are into motorcycle spare parts. Some people are into motor spare parts. Some people are into caterpillar spare parts. Some people are into fashion, into automobiles like cars. Some people are into phones also and accessories. So whatever business it is you are doing, some people are also into farming. Whatever business it is you are doing, make research, be 2 steps ahead, attend conferences, listen to people, have mentors, have people that will guide you. All right, that way you are able to learn well and you're able to practice as well.
But how long should they at least give themselves to be fair to themselves, being serious on that thing that they want to do? How long should they at least give in between before expecting success?
Okay, see, business differ, competition differ, all right? There are places the competition might be so much, it might take you up to 4 years, 3 years to make a name. There are places you go to, maybe you are amongst the first people that would have the business idea, that will be doing the business there. Even in 1 year, you're doing very well, all right? However, there is something that is more important than even the time. That thing is financial discipline, all right?
Yeah.
So people, they start their business, all right, and they don't allow the business to yield, and they are spending unnecessarily from that business. In my dialect, there is something we say, ego keja ego. You use money to get more money. When you have 50,000 naira, for instance, you invest it and it's giving you 5,000, you take only 500, invest 44,005. Do not think that 5,000 is your interest and you want to squander it. If you do so, you are going to be rotating in one circle. But when you invest 54,500, it might give you 59,000. You take another 200 or 500, you invest it. That is how money grows.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
So people should be able to monitor their environment. People should be able to monitor the challenges, the competition there. There's what we call SWOT analysis. I think I've mentioned it before. SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis means for every business, for every organization, they use what we call the SWOT analysis. What does it mean? S stands for the strength. What strength do you have over your competitor?
Yeah.
As a business owner, what strength do you have? W stands for weakness. What are your weaknesses? What are the things you need to improve on? Okay? And O stands for opportunities. What opportunities do you have ahead of your competitors? And T stands for threats. Now, if a person is able to analyze these things to know what are my strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats, and you're able to work on your weaknesses and threats, then you can thrive in your business. But if you are nonchalant, you're not financially disciplined, anywhere they call you, you go there, then your business is not going to do well.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my opinion.
Okay. And everybody always emphasize on entrepreneurs when they grow in a little, they will start enjoying their profits. So that is how business becomes stagnant, and they will be complaining, my business is not growing, what is going on? But they forgot how they started, that they used capital to start.
Correct.
And in order for that business to move also, you need reinvest. You need to put more capital in it, right? If you sell something of, just like you mentioned, you're getting 50, your capital was 50,000.
Yeah.
And at the end of that business, you're getting 55,000. If you're using that 5,000 to take care of yourself and your family, your business is going to be stagnant.
True.
It's just going to be 50,000 every time, 50,000 every time. So you have to, let's just tell them that you have to put in that 55,000 for your business to be 55,000. Next time it becomes 57,000, it becomes 60,000, it becomes 65,000. That is how that business is going to grow.
Yeah.
So if you're starting a business with 200,000 and something happens, all of a sudden you say, oh, I got so much profit, unimaginable profit on this business. So that 3,000 that I was not expecting that I got, I'm going to use it to club, to take my friends out, right? You're not going to grow. Just like, from the beginning, we said something. This is how businesses got exponentially growth.
True.
When you got profit that you were not expecting, or something happened this month, you got serious profit. In order for that business to grow seriously, you just have to discipline yourself.
Okay.
Financial discipline has to come in that time, right? So go on.
Okay, Victor, let's even talk about people that are employees, all right? Especially in the UAE, where we are. Because, we are talking about businesses now. And of course, trust me, There are people that really wish their business well, but because of negative influence and all that, their business failed just because of the things we've highlighted here.
Yeah.
It's anyways not easy. But talking about employees, for instance, you're going to see an employee who earns. I watched a video the other day. I think I made a video regarding it. A young man who was deported, according to him, from the UAE. He said he was earning about 4,500 dirhams. He started from being a cleaner anyways. He got a car, he got a driving license and all that. So he said he does not have any investment back home, you know. And to me, it didn't sit well with me. All right? 4,500 you're talking about is close to 2 million naira, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
And you're getting this every month. This is exclusive of your side hustle, your driving business. All right? So how can you say a person is financially disciplined? Okay, two things. When you're earning, for instance, 2,000, 3,000, and you're carrying a burden that is beyond your capacity or your capability. Okay, it could be that the person is not lavishing it in clubs and all that.
Yeah.
There could be other things. It could be personal things, taking his money. Okay, making him not even succeed financially. And for every blooded Nigerian, I mean, like a larger population of Nigerians outside of the UAE, trust me, they want to work, make money, and go into one business or the other.
Yeah.
All right? Now, if that be the case, where are they going to raise the money from? If they're always spending unnecessarily, that is one. Second thing, that guy I was talking about in his video that said he didn't invest, I was wondering if I were in his shoe. You don't have so many Africans here, or Nigerians, so to say, that earn 4,500. Okay? There are people that earn 50,000, 40,000, and thereabout, but I'm talking about the larger scale of people, they earn below 4,000 dirhams. So if you're earning that much, to me, I would say invest. All right?
Yeah.
It could be in a business. When we say invest, it doesn't mean you need to go and buy land or you need to go and build a house. It could be in a business. Now, Nigerians, see how entrepreneurial Nigerians are. They've learned about group page. What is group page? How much do you have? I have 100,000. How much do you have? I have 100,000. Okay, they go and buy what they call it, CBM or what, in the container. They buy a certain space and they import goods from China. You can see adverts everywhere that with 200,000 naira, 500,000 naira, you can even import from China. People are making ways. It never used to be like this before. Before, if you don't have 20 million, 30 million, 50 million, you cannot import. But now, even with 200,000 naira, 300,000 naira, you can import. You can just buy a small space. And you do what? And you sell. So people should have this mindset that you don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
Try to diversify your funds. And I think that is, going to help our youths.
Yeah, because there is another thing, consistency, right? Everybody's talking about consistency, but sometimes it becomes difficult. And now this takes me to doing something and giving it a space. Don't judge with the short results you have, because sometimes there will be loss. There will be loss.
Yes.
There will be lack of motivation, because there are some things you will do for a very long time, you will not see progress. You start doubting.
That's true.
You start doubting. So you have to give yourself time and be consistent.
True.
And try to learn, search, or read about people that have done that business. There is no business you think of now people have not done. So you can always got a review. If you don't have time to watch YouTube, you can always search on the Google, got a review. Right now, almost everybody is using AI. You can simply ask Grok, how can you do this? How can I be successful in this? You can ask OpenAI, ChatGPT, how can I do this? How can I be successful in this? All those things. When you are looking for a mentor right now to tell you or teach you something to do, and you have not seen that, there is something called AI. You can ask that AI question from however you want to ask that question, and it will not get angry. You'll always get answer. Okay, if you think that this answer is not suiting, ask the same question, twist it a little bit, and ask it again, and you get a different answer. Just keep learning. If I want to start this in so place, how can I be successful? What is the amount I can start with first? Okay, I can get a house, so amount. ask AI this question. I can get a house so amount, and this is the business I want to start. How can I go into this? Which ones should I start first? How can I furnish it to be able to manage the funds I have, right? Or you also learn. You can learn. You know, most people will say, I want to do this, but I don't have mentor. Right now, that cannot be an excuse. Right now, that cannot be an excuse because there are 1,001 ways to get mentor, to get education now. It's not by when somebody sits you down and start talking to you. You can just go on the internet. That phone can teach you whatever you want to know. But you have to be serious. You have to want that. You have to want that. If you don't want it, you're not going to get it.
I agree with you, Victor. And I think that people, I would say they are mentally lazy, all right? They don't want to leave their comfort zones, all right? So I've been with certain people that say, in my previous place of work, all right? I've been with people that said they don't want to take a higher grade or a higher position in the workplace because they don't want the pressure.
The pressure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So they want to be at that spot where they are and just be getting that little they are getting and they are happy in life, according to them. All right? So this is not a Nigerian spirit, in my opinion. Okay? I won't forget to say that every individual should have integrity and should be very honest.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
But in your honesty and in your integrity, you should strive for more. Do not settle for less. Do not. Why are you going to settle for less? When I see things that persons like Man on Red, what's his name again from Delta State, Tony Elumelu, when I see things that man do, you know, in Africa, beyond Africa, I marvel. I say, this man is too much.
Yes.
You know, somebody that promotes entrepreneurship to its core. Somebody that sponsors it without looking back. Okay, so if there are people like that succeeded, that man does not rest. Where can he not enter? Who can he not go and speak with? Why? Because of the power of his ideas. Okay, so people should not be lazy mentally. People should try to go out of their comfort zone, irrespective of where you are. I've seen people in the US, they brag because maybe they're in the US Army. They be like, I'm earning a lot of salary more than every other person in this region and that region. My brother, what are you using those salary for? Okay, you might be getting, let's say in UAE, 10,000 dirhams. I might be getting 3,000 dirhams, but you're relying only on your salary. I might invest my 3,000 dirhams. I save it for 3 or 4 months. I invest my 10,000 dirhams. In 1 year time, I'll be earning more than you. You'll be earning 10,000 only for your business. I earn 3,000 from my work, but other things that give me money, when you put them together, it's beyond you. So people should be able to diversify their funds, ask questions, go for conferences. Like you said, ask AI. If you're not sure about the answers AI is giving you, ask more. If you have to book sessions with people that have been there before, people that have hands full of experiences, you ask them, they are going to direct you. That is my opinion. That is my stand.
Yeah, but you said something about Tony Lumelu having so much ideas and that he's working on. Now, my question is, how do you get idea? It's only by thinking.
Okay.
Some people don't have time for thinking.
I agree. No, everybody think, but the question is, what are they thinking about? Yeah. People can be thinking about things that would not benefit or help their lives, all right? Because everybody has got brains. Everybody has got their head. So what is taking your mind? When at times when people come to my house, I might be looking at them and I lost. And they'll be like, are you with me? Or when we go out. Because I go to a place, I see a setting, I begin to imagine what kind of infrastructure was used to make this place be like this. What is the idea? What is the logic behind what they do here? How is the customer service like? What culture are they operating on? Now, when I look at these things, I think, how can I implement this? How can I replicate something to make it better? What innovation can I bring in to make this thing look better? Which region can this work well? Which country can this work well? Now, I think a lot of people we all have 24 hours. We all have our thinking faculty, but what do you use your thoughts for? Are you thinking about the next fashion clothes to buy? It is very good. Yeah. Very nice. However, how can it solve? What problem is it solving? Your thoughts should proffer solutions to problems. Yes. So if your thought is not proffering any solution to problems, it is even giving us more problems to solve. Of course.
Yes.
You know?
Because people should think and walk. They should talk their walk and walk their talk.
True.
Right? And people who do not do these things, what they do is basically they procrastinate. And that is a disease.
True.
Procrastination is a disease.
I
Most
agree.
people don't know that procrastination is a disease. And from what you said, there are so much thing I see. There are so much people I look at. I say I'm going to crush it. And very, very soon I'm going to announce about what I've told you about.
Yeah.
I'll be promoting
Nice.
it heavily on my podcast. And when I see how I do some things, I said I'm going to crush it. It's not so many people that will match up. It's not most people wants to sleep. Most people wants to chat with their babe. Most people have ladies to catch up with. But when I look at most things, I say, Victor, you are going to crush it. And why I know that I'm going to crush it, even thinking about it, most times I become so much pumped that, okay, I cannot wait. But what is holding me is because I have to wait till my vacation time, right? So I start, and when I come back on my podcast, I announce it with everything, and they will keep promoting it, doing everything, start looking for investors. And it's going to be a top notch because we are going to do it to compete at the highest level.
Correct.
You understand? What we want to do is, when we start it, within the space of 1 year, Lagos will start hearing about Vic Studios, right? So this is how we're going to do it, and it's going to, I will say again that we are going to crush it because I have seen that people are lazy.
Vic, I would appreciate you once more because, you are one person I know to be very consistent, in what you do, and your vision is very clear and it's achievable, all right? So I want you to keep it up, and I want you to understand that already you know that there would be challenges, but you're going to smash those challenges and you're going to rise up very strong and better. Because the people that actually are in their peak right now, or people that are in their zenith, enjoying their zenith right now, they started from somewhere, all right? So having good energies around you, positive-minded people, it helps you advance, it helps you grow, not just you, but everybody out there. And I want to strike a balance to this, So maybe we are saying it the way we are saying it, and people out there will be like, this is a pressure on them, The idea is not to pressure anybody. There are people, I want to respect that there are people that are distinct in different callings, in different talents, in different expertise. There are people that are lecturers, they are teachers. They just want to be lecturers. They are being paid for being lecturers. They can take care of their families and all that, which is fine. There are people that are good in leadership, okay? They might not go into business of buying and selling, but they can lead. You can put them in M's of affairs, M of affairs, and they'll do well. All right? They can lead organization, they can lead in the government, they can lead in the society anywhere. And there are people that are good business planners, okay? They can plan your life, they can plan your business, but buying and selling or doing business, it might be difficult for them, all right? Now, to summarize what I'm saying in essence is, I saw a video of Davido where he went for his managers. I don't know if he's got more than one manager, but a particular guy that did a wedding recently, in this month of May 2025, he went there and he was about talking and he broke down in tears. All right? So now he said that this young man has managed my life, managed my business for over 12 years, 12 or 15 years, he mentioned. All right? So that young man, people do not hear so much about him, but I'm giving his excellence to him to say there are people like that. All right? They are very good, gifted, and talented in things like that. They are very consistent, and they are doing well in it. So whichever thing you're gifted at, you're doing this because you have passion for it. You're very passionate about it. You've made your research about it. You're going way ahead, making research, and you're planning even to make it bigger in Lagos, Nigeria. All right? Now, whichever field of discipline, of distinction a person is or is gifted in, they should thrive in that in that discipline. They should try to make research, try to meet people, try to go for conferences. I keep emphasizing on conference and meeting people, networking, because these things are very important. You know?
Yeah.
What you know today, you never knew them maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah. Why? Research, True. You met people, you're on Google. The last time you said you spend hours on Google making research, all right? So how many people... And watching podcasts. How many people can dedicate such a time, all right? So people should know their area of expertise, their distinction, and they should dwell in that area, advance in that area, and be the best of their type in that area.
So there is another thing I wanted to say. You said you have passion for this and you put in everything. Another thing is, right, you want to do something. Yeah. You want to succeed in life. So what do you want to do? What do you think you can do? What do you, like for me right now, I cannot go into writing code. I've not tried. I don't know if I can do it, but I believe that the only thing I cannot do is to fly. Now, this is my core belief. So I choose, okay, which one do you think you want to do? Why I started with the podcast, this Vic Studios that we're talking about is not something that came up yesterday. It's something that have been in planning before we start podcast. Now I ask myself, you want to start this studio, okay, don't you think that it will be possible or it will be beneficial to the studio if you start podcasting first? Because everything is doing it, you can start branding, because we're also going to add merchandise. You understand? We'll be selling branded items there. Don't you think that it would be more okay for you to grow your audience, branding Vicinfluential, and when you have your brand Vicinfluential, that you can start on that, and it will help any other business that you're starting to grow, because we'll be speaking about it. This is marketing, because people get to know what you're talking about, the business. If I open this podcast, this studio now, and I always advertise it on Vicinfluential, because Vicinfluential is growing right now. Right? It's going to be easy for me to advertise this studio on my platform than our how do you say it, traditional marketing that everybody
knows. I want to ask you a question, Victor. See, again, what you're talking about now, I would give it a name as strategy. Strategy is very, very important in whatever we do, all right? But I have a question for you. Now, we have young Nigerians. Let us bring it down to Nigerians. They are very, very talented as well. They've got these strategies, these ideas, but they don't have the funding. You know, because you're able to do these things now because you have 1 or 2 places you can save money from. All right. So these people with bright ideas, let us not forget about them. All right. So we are looking at even the lowest people. This podcast can be beneficial from the lowest to the highest levels of people. All right. For those kind of people, what do you think, or how do you think they can go about pursuing their dreams?
Okay, let me blow your mind. How long have you known me?
For close to 3-4 years.
Yeah. Okay, I started hustling, trying to grow my brand since 2018. Since 2018. And all this planning, thinking about this thing, started since before 2015 they started. I opened my channel 2017. So this is not now. But one thing is, I have not lost sight on this. You understand?
Yeah.
When I gathered the small money I gathered, I bought camera. I bought laptop. Start learning how to edit my own. I will call somebody to shoot my prank, because I started with prank. I will call somebody to shoot the prank. I will edit it myself because I was learning how to do this. So trying all these things, trying to build a media house or however it's going to go, because I know it's going to go very far. I have not lost sight in this. I have a little beginning, a very little beginning.
But you had a job at that time, right?
I had a job that time.
Okay.
I had a job that I was paid 80,000.
80,000 naira.
80,000 naira.
As at
2018.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, 2018. What is nice? This is even I came down. 80,000. I came down. I've gotten more than that, triple of that before.
Before 2018.
Before 2018.
So let me rephrase my question.
Yeah.
There are people that don't get up to 10,000
Yeah.
naira. So I'm saying for people like that, how can they build? Where should they start from?
Now, what I was trying to say that people have dreams.
Okay.
Don't lose sight of your dream. Don't. It doesn't matter. Whatever you're doing, have plan. Think about it. How can I start? You must think about it at least 3 times in a week.
But it is said that the grave is the richest place on earth. So how about people that you tell them don't give up on your dreams and they die chasing those dreams?
No, if those people they have not made any move, they died with their dream.
Okay, but if they've tried but nobody's coming through for them?
Who is coming through for me?
Now, let me take for instance, you got privilege of coming to the UAE, all right? And according to you, you saved up and you got camera and all. But there are people not having that opportunity.
Still save up to travel. I don't know if you understand.
Yeah, I get the point.
If I am in Nigeria doing job that I'm doing now, I might be earning less up to 200,000 or 300,000 right now. I will still be doing that.
But that's a huge money. 200,000 or 300,000 naira is a huge money in Nigeria.
Yeah, because of my profession.
Yeah, because you have a place to fall back to, your profession.
Yes.
All right?
Yeah.
I'm talking about school droppers. Have you heard some people sing and their parents don't even have money to send them to school? Have you heard about people do things like they are very skillful, they are very talented, but nobody brings them to limelight.
Yes.
All right? Nobody is able to sponsor them.
Yeah.
I want you to take your mind back to your village. I know you come from a very rich neighborhood.
No.
You know?
No. The background is too poor.
Okay.
No, see now.
Yeah.
Now, because I have not deleted any video that I have posted on my YouTube. And why I did not delete that, because I don't want, if I'm telling stories like this, it to be like a makeup story.
Okay.
You can always go back.
Mm-hmm.
I started doing this job as a dishwasher. I started the job that I'm doing now. I'm a chef, senior chef, but I started as a dishwasher. No, it's not about. It's not a matter of food. You know.
Yeah.
There are things that most people. The only thing that gives me joy.
Okay.
When I started understanding some things is only progress. Nothing again. I must. In any organization that I am or anywhere that I am, I have to. People have to recognize me. It's not possible that I will be in the background.
Wow.
So the only thing that will help me do that is only moving forward.
Nice.
You understand? Learning how to speak to people. Learning how to communicate. Learning how to make friends. Now, it's like this to make friends, because you have to understand. Some people will say, I will go in this city, I cannot make any friend. No, that is like the easiest thing to do.
So are all talented people succeeding in life?
All talented, you have to learn how to do things. If you're not learning.
No, are they succeeding? Are they all succeeding?
Are they succeeding?
Yes.
If they're working. If they're not sleeping,
Yeah.
they're all succeeding.
All talented people.
That are working.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
Any talented people that is consistent on his or her dream, they are successful.
Nice.
All. Because you cannot say, I am not working.
But what's your yardstick for success so that we'll be on the same page?
My yardstick for success is learn and push. Don't sit back.
So when you're learning and pushing, does it mean you're succeeding?
No. You have to grow where you're coming from.
Okay.
You have to. Success does not mean that I'm now a top G.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
But you have to check from where you're coming from.
Will you regard yourself as being successful?
Yeah, if I check where I'm coming from, because I have nobody that believes in what I'm doing. I have nobody that helps, that gives 1 dirham. Everything from how many years ago is only Victor.
Nice.
I don't know if you understand.
Yeah, I get the point.
And if you're judging from where I am coming from, yes, I'm making a huge progress.
Nice.
I'm making a huge progress. And the progress is not just because I want to start business or I have a platform. I'm making progress in all around, everywhere. Mental, the way you're thinking, understanding that I don't need to have relationship with everybody. I don't need to be in good terms with everybody.
True.
I don't need to please anybody. You have to know what you want and go for it.
Nice.
Now, and also understanding what is how did they say this? Mental health. If you are somebody that wants to please everybody, you're never going to be okay. You never.
True.
That means you care what people thinks about you. Don't care about what people thinks about you, and you will be okay. You have a sound mind if you don't care about what people thinks about you. But if you're somebody that thinks about what they said here, what they said there, those are people that easily get depressed. If you're somebody that doesn't care what anybody says, I don't see such people getting depressed. I don't see them.
Okay, agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. That's nice, Vic Influential. I hope that a lot of people draw inspiration from your journey.
There is also, sorry to cut you, there is also something that happened, let me say, I think 2 months ago.
Okay.
So I told you that I'm coming 2 days vacation in your house.
Yeah.
Right? So I have 2 days. It's not everybody I go to. In this UAE, it's only your house I go to.
Wow.
Right? No, but because you have to look around.
I go start to the bill you now.
No, you got to be now. If you get the money, we go pay. You have to look around and say, what do you want?
True.
Where can you get that? It might not be money. It might be what the person says or does unknowingly, but he does it regularly. So how does that help you? You understand?
Yeah.
So you have to think, okay, I have 2 days. Where can I go? Okay, it's my phone. I will do podcasts. I have it in the phone. Whatever I want to do. There's no need staying at home, sleeping. Okay, just go and have healthy conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even sometimes you guys joke. Yeah, but it's better to be there than just sleeping at home.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So you have to always think all the time. Now, there are people that when I'm speaking to them or speaking with them, they will think that I graduated from one university.
True.
But that is consistency. What I have planned, this is where I want to get to. How can I get here? Right? Somebody will see me in the nearest future having a conversation on my platform with a president, and the person will say, which university did this person graduated from, or this, that. But the person would not know that I have kept my eyes on that chair for more than 10 years ago. Nice. And I didn't lose sight on it.
Nice.
So I said, okay, I'm going to really start giving my story or telling people that, okay, I'm not big yet, but you better come along because this process is going to motivate you. True. This is how I've always tried to, because this is the brand, the community that I'm building. I said long ago on this platform when I just started that I am still at the trenches. But anybody that comes with me will leave the trenches with me.
I would really want to comment on the aspect of positive influence, all right? So I briefly touched it previously, and I think you just explained it extensively, all right? It is very, very important that in this journey, and the journey of success, the influence you have around you, they matter, all right? So that is why you can have children born their same age, all right? They school in same place, but they live in different neighborhood, all right? So you start seeing the difference because they go to school and they come back home. That rich person in that rich neighborhood, he's only mingling with rich people. They go and play rich games. They play chess. They play things that increases their IQ. You see these two children growing, and all of a sudden, you're going to see there are different levels, there are different way of saying things. The place you are, the people you mingle with, what you talk about, what you feed yourself in is very, very important, all right? When you feed yourself with being very optimistic that you want to succeed in life, you're working towards it, making research, meeting people, networking with people, success is just by the corner, all right? So there's a popular saying that says that a person who stays with 5 wealthy people, the 6th wealthy man is around the corner. A person who stays with 5 poor people, 2 things. Either he extracts from those poor people and enrich himself, or he becomes poor. So your association is very, very important. There is a way they used to say it. Your association determines something. I've forgotten how they say it. But it's very, very important. This helps people grow. All right? So I was discussing with certain people the last time. And, of course, I'm a promoter of positivity. All right, societal positivity. Okay, now when you go to these things, they work with algorithms. You go to my TikTok, you go to my Facebook, you go to my YouTube. When I open, they show me samples of things I've been watching before. Maybe they show me this Christian song. They show me this motivational speaker, this inspirational speaker.
They know your pattern.
They know what I am coming to look for. They are guessing, So those that are doing advert, they'll be popping up those stuff to say, is he coming to see this today? All right. Now, I told people, I was discussing with them to say, whenever you are always going to the internet to search for who is killing who is beating who, the ladies that are gold diggers, when you are always searching for negativity, one, all your applications, all the things you're doing, the algorithm will show that this guy is coming to look for this thing. Now, how does that affect you? It affects your mental health. When you see your wife, when you see your partner, you start seeing her in the light of what you see in the internet. All right? When you see me, I am doing business with you, you start seeing me as a threat. You are no longer going to trust me. You're going to be like, I have seen this happen here and there. So when you fill your mind with positivity, you fill your mind with success. We are talking about Tony Elumelu, talking about Peter Obi, talking about Obi Kobana, talking about E-Money, talking about people, talking about Elon Musk, talking about Jeff Bezos.
And PBD.
Who?
PBD podcast.
Yeah,
PBD
okay.
Patrick.
Yes. Talking about all those people, it makes you to see that this thing is achievable. When you hear their success stories, when you see how they've been, of course, some of them, they were lucky, some of them, they were fortunate, some of them, they had people to push them and all, which is required. At some point in your pursuit, there will be room for, partnership, shareholding, and the rest of it, which is going to, because even the Bible says, one will chase 1,000, two will chase 10,000. There is positivity also in synergy. When you work together in synergy, there is a high tendency that is going to go far. All right? So in summary, what I'm trying to say in summary, people should have positivity in their head. When you see things, don't go for the blame at first. Don't try to blame. Don't try to have a blame culture within yourself. Have a positive mindset. Oh, this is nice. All right. So where is the area of improvement? I'm going to improve it this way. I'm going to improve it that way. Then you're bringing innovation and idea to what is already existing. In research, we call it deductive and inductive. I'm sorry, I'm going a bit technical. Now, when you say deductive and inductive in research, when you're deducting, you're doing like you are taking from what has already existed. All right, what is there already? Maybe somebody has made a research and the person has stopped somewhere. So now you're trying to take from what the person has, to refine yours. Now, but when you're doing inductive, you are bringing something that is new that people do not know about to the body of knowledge, to academy, to academicians, to the industry, to the society, to politics, to the government. You're inducting something new. So people should have this mindset. Am I deducting or inducting? Those two, they work. You shouldn't only be deducting and be inducting. Try to do these things. Yeah?
Yeah.
So that's my opinion.
Yeah, and there is something called being intentionally consistent.
Okay.
They have to try. You have to plan and be intentional about it. December, right? I was watching PBD because there is something he does towards the end of the year. Is this year, what do we want to achieve?
That is the next year.
Yeah.
Okay.
The next year, next 12 months from January, what are we going to achieve? What do we want to achieve? He talks it. This is what PBD podcast, PBD Valuetainment wants to achieve in the next 12 months. He talks about it, and this is how we are going to go. So let's go on this journey together, right?
Yes, sir.
He talks about this year. When I was watching that podcast, he outlined everything that he wants to achieve this year. I also outlined my own.
Nice.
You understand? And I'm also happy that what I outlined, that is what I want to achieve this year, is still on the track. It's even coming more closer than I expected, right? So, and he also said one of his previous podcasts that in the next 5 years that they are going to start shooting blockbusters, big movies. This is somebody that came from nothing. How many years ago? Now he's worth more than He's worth more than $500 million.
Wow.
And from where he started, so you know that everything. Last time he said that he works more than 80 hours when he started. When he made up his mind that he's going to be successful, he was working more than 80 hours a week. When he said it, they bashed at him. Why will you want somebody to work more than 80 hours a week? He did not tell anybody to work more than 80 hours a week, but it boils down to, what do you want? Now I'm kind of somebody that said, okay, this company that we're going to start, this is where I want it to be. How long do I have to work? During those hours that I'm awake, what do I want to be doing? Do I want to be watching how to edit? Do I want to be sending emails? Do I want to be shooting movie for promotion? What do I want to do? But one thing I know that I'm sure is I'm going to crush it. This is where I draw my line.
I agree. I would want to also conclude by saying that you're going to see this video in the next couple of years, and you'll be glad to say that you did not give up. Yeah. All right. So well done. Kudos to you. Keep doing what you're doing. Your brand is doing so very well. Apart from which people they drag again? Those people I heard.
No. Those people are the people that are going to be. They are my community.
Yeah. Let me not give you room. Let me not give you room to enter that. Anyways, but that's fine. I applaud you. Keep it up. Kudos. God is going to help you.
Yeah.
And you're going to expand. We are going to sit in a couple of years to come in Lagos in your studio, and we remember days like this.
It's not a couple of years. From next year, anytime you travel, you have to go.
Yes,
as a potential investor.
Yeah, I will, because your concept and insight looks very promising. All right, and a lot of plans in place and a lot of strategies. So why not? Why not? And
you have to also be going to see results yourself.
We will see the result. It's going to be flying everywhere.
This is why I always tell everybody, you have to be going. When you touch Lagos, you have to go. When you touch Lagos, you have to go. You have to go see wonders that we are going to do.
The result is not going to be confined. It's going to be spread everywhere. It's going to be spread across. Where if we go there, we are going to see physically.
Yeah.
If not, we are going to see it everywhere on the internet.
Because in a short form, they have to see at the pace that we are moving. So that when you tell somebody, I will be expecting you to invest also, you say, okay, I trust this guy. Yeah.
That's great, Vicinfluential. Thank you so very much, sir.
And when we still meet at that 12 years, we will say more. All right, guys. If this is your first time coming across Vicinfluential, please come with us in this journey, right?
Yes.
Come with us in this journey. Let's grow together. Let's live trenches together. Let's become top G together.
Correct.
And watch, share, comment, so that when I see you next time, it's only balling and and celebration all around. Thank you.